Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Marshall, and I'm here today to talk to you about a really important topic that drives a lot of women crazy, and that's how to treat crepey skin on your neck and on your arms. And I thought for fun, I would just put on the evening dress that I'm going to be wearing this weekend. I'm going to a black tie wedding. I can't wait. Isn't this a pretty dress? And I'm wearing this, and I thought it'd be fun just because I want to teach you some stuff. So here's the deal. I'm a retired dermatologist, and then a few years ago I just started a blog called Dr. Julie's Fun Life. It's linked down below. And I then decided to go on YouTube and talk about, various fashions and various things that are fun for me, that are like fashion for people over 50, and food that I like to make for my family. So a lot of F's, family over 50, fashion, food, fun. But today I thought it would be fun to talk about things that drive women crazy, which would be how to treat the aging skin, especially crepey arms and crepey necks. So one of the important things to understand about treating that is, first of all, just listen, because all of this is actually written down in a blog post, which I've got below. It's a long post, but in it, it talks about outfits. It talks about fashion items you can use to look better when you're concerned about your arms. It talks about products, which I'm going to go over with you today. It even talks about some easy exercises and how we're going to do those. So sit tight. That does involve these water bottles. So that's all here. So hang on. Okay, so here we go. And by the way, it would be really helpful for me for you to subscribe to my YouTube station right below, and also follow me on YouTube. On Instagram at Dr. Julie's Fun Life. Follow me on Instagram at Dr. Julie Marshall, and then follow me here on YouTube, and I'm also on Pinterest. So all those will be linked down below. It would be really helpful. Share me with anybody you know, okay? Which is great. Oh, and I should also tell you that I'm an associate, when that means that if you were to buy anything I suggest, like a cream or something like that, then I get a small commission from the company. You don't pay any extra for the product, but the company pays me a little bit for me promoting it to them. So that's kind of cool. All right, so let's go. All right, so what's the story? Why do women primarily get this crepey skin thing? Well, it happens for a lot of different physiological reasons. As we age, what happens is we get less, we have less hormones, less of the good hormones, less estrogen, less progesterone, less testosterone, and that makes our skin having less collagen, less elastin, just less, less proteins, all the good things to make it strong and elastic. And so then what happens is it just doesn't look as nice. It tends to look dry and flaky and thin, and it just isn't what we're going for. And so then what happens is, in addition, we have less muscle mass as we age. It's called sarcopenia. Then our bones get thinner, which is called osteopenia or osteoporosis. So everything, many things get smaller. Not usually our waist and hips, but everything else tends to get smaller, and that drives us all crazy. So, but what we try and do is we try and combat these things as much as we can. And there is quite a bit of science out there to improve that. And I'm a retired dermatologist. That's what I did for my whole career. And I was actually a cosmetic dermatologist. So I'm 67. And so I like to teach people how to look good as well as how to feel good and not do crazy stuff that's going to hurt them. So let me tell you some of the tricks. But also, dermatologists are really big about sun exposure. We know the sun causes the skin to get thinner. We know it causes skin cancer. We know it makes your less collagen production. It just makes nothing good about sun and the skin. So, we want to make sure we do is we want to protect our skin with protective clothing. Hats, sunscreen, protective clothing like these sun shield shirts that you can buy everywhere now that have got SPF baked right into them. All those things. So even though I spend a lot of my winter in California, and I go to water aerobics a couple times a week, I wear those zip-up shirts and a hat and glasses and all that stuff to protect my skin. Okay, so let's say you're like, okay, well, I still want to make my skin look as good as I can. What do I do? Well, what you can do is you can do some products. Some of the products really do make a difference. Oh, I should tell you a couple more things. We mentioned the HRT, that the hormones are decreased as we age. And so you could actually try and replace some of the hormones if your doctor thinks it's a good idea. I'm a fan of hormone replacement therapy, but I like it to be done by a doctor who specializes in that. Frequently it's a gynecologist, sometimes it's an endocrinologist. And so my doctor is a gynecologist, and he actually draws my blood twice a year and makes sure that I don't have any too high of levels, because that can be dangerous. And then I take some cream and I put it on my skin every day. Some estrogen, some progesterone, and a couple times a week I use a little topical testosterone. And that's to help my skin, not just my skin, but all my body, all my reproductive organs, all stay healthier. Not at a young woman's age shape, but at a premenopausal level. So that's kind of a neat option if your doctor thinks it's a good idea. In addition, I do exercise to keep, I do walking, which is always helpful for your heart and for your brain and for your body. I do resistance training in the form of, I do some weightlifting at the gym. But in addition, I actually, in my article, for my arms specifically, I have a little routine in there by Tracy Austin. She does many different kind of routines, and I linked some of them right in the article. But she does one routine with this just 1 pound little water bottles, which are nice. You can even use them in a hotel room. They're very easy, and I just take them and follow along. There's 6 exercises, very easy to use, and you won't believe it. Like in 2 days, you'll feel it. It won't kill you, but you'll really see some definition in your arms, which is really what you're trying to accomplish, to make them look less saggy, which is our goal. Okay, so that's a great thing that's right in the article, right down below here in this, right down below in the links for the article. Okay, so I do all that, and then what else? I trying to make sure I don't miss anything before I hop into the products. Sunscreen, of course, protective clothing, the hats, all that stuff. Yes. Okay, so now let's talk about some products. All right. The products that I actually list in the article are right there. First one of my favorites is this Crepey Erase. I recommend this a lot. It's not very expensive. It's by, that Jane Seymour, that pretty actress. And it's a really nice, not very greasy cream at all. Elegant. You can wear clothes right over it. And I usually use this, you can use it once or twice a day. I usually use it once a day. And I sometimes carry a little pot of it with me in my purse. So if my neck is looking, sometimes I touch up my lipstick, out after dinner, or if I'm out or out at a lunch. And if my neck is looking crummy, then I just take a little bit, on my fingers, and you just rub a little bit extra on there. And it's just like putting on hand cream. And it just rubs it really nicely, and it just makes the skin look nice, and it feels nice. So it's an easy product to use. So Crepey Erase, a tub lasts for months. It's a very easy product to use, and the links are right on the article. So that's Crepey Erase, and that's nice. Then there's another thing that's important to use is a product called, you want to moisturize your skin. And you have to be, I have to think it's respectful of people's budgets. So I have a couple different level of budget friendly products. This one is called Gold Bond Age Renew. This is such a neat product. And this is a great all over moisturizer. It's $10 for this whole bottle. It's a skin firming complex and helps the skin to retain moisture just by using moisturizers that help the skin look more supple. That will help. Doesn't smell. It's really easy to use. And I use this a lot of times once a day all over my skin, and just rub it in. And then I might put the Crepey Erase over it to the worst areas. It's kind of how I handle it. Okay. The other all over moisturizer is this one. It's called Lactin. This actually is a little more expensive, like $14 a bottle. And it has lactic acid in it. And I don't like the smell of it as much, but the smell goes away in about 2 minutes. I'm just kind of real sensitive to smells. But by the way, it's a good product, really good product, and it's actually a little more of an exfoliator. So if you've got a little more flaky skin in some spots, like on the tops of your arms or the front of your legs, it is good at getting that off, but probably no more than a couple times a week. And just whenever you use an exfoliator, just remember that it does take that top layer of your skin off, so you're a little more sensitive to the sun. But you're going to wear sunscreen. Remember, we talked about that. Okay, the most expensive product that I'm going to talk to you about is this product called Body Firm by Revision. Now, this is a line that I sold in my office. It's a really good line. It's $150-ish for this big tube. And this can go on, they say twice a day. Once a day is probably sufficient. And I just primarily use this for my worst areas, my arms and on my neck, again, about once a day, typically at bedtime. And you can layer it on, over the other products. They all layer together, which is nice. This has got a bunch of things in it, some antioxidants in it, some peptides, some vitamins in it. Then it's a special eye firm technology to help with some skin concerns. So it's got quite a bit of stuff in it, and it actually helps to contour the skin in a nice way. Very elegant, very easy to use, goes in very quickly, so it doesn't stain your bed sheets or any of that stuff or your clothes. Very lovely product line. I know 150 is a lot, but a lot of you guys are using La Mer and stuff like that, and that doesn't have much science behind it. This has got a lot of science in it behind it. So think about this Body Firm if you're gonna, ask for it for Christmas. It's a really good product. Okay, and then the last one that's got a lot of science, tons of science, is retinol. I love the one by CeraVe, R-E-T-I-N-O-L. Again, all of them are listed. The retinol is in the same family as Retin-A. Great product line for you to know about. It's really good because it helps to, it's got lots of science. It actually reorders your skin cells because as we age, our skin cells get kind of disordered from the sun and from, oxidative effects of oxygen and free radicals. But anyway, so by using the Retin-A, but this is the downside of Retin-A is, this is $20, which isn't very much, but there's not a lot. So you only would use like a pea size on your neck. You could use a pea size on your face. You could use a pea size on your arm. So you'd go through 4 pea size every night. I wouldn't start with every night. I would start with a couple times a week and then work my way up to every night because it can be a little drying. Again, it can make you sensitive to the sun. Okay. And, important thing. Anytime you use Retin-A or retinol, if you're going to get your eyebrows or your face waxed, stop it 3 days before that or your skin can tear. That's an important trick. And it makes you sensitive to the sun. So sunscreen is your friend. Okay. I remember the story about this one teenage boy who was on this for his acne. And I told him and his mom to not go in the sun and be really careful if he was going on a ski trip. Went on a ski trip and he fried his face. Forgot to do what I told him. Okay, so sunscreen is your friend, but it's a great product. It really is. So those are some great products that work to really help your skin to get stronger and thicker. But what happens if you're just like, I'm just not into doing products. I just never do them. They just sit in my drawer. I just can't handle it. Isn't there something easier? And the answer is, yep. And that's where we enter into clothes. And I think clothing is wonderful. And so what you want to do is you want to get the clothing that looks the best for your body. In this article that's linked in this same article that's got the exercises and the creams and the science, there's a whole bunch of really cute dresses and cute wraps and cute little pashminas, some really pretty sheer little jackets, all these different ideas that really can look not frumpy at all, because I'm not a frumpy. I am a grandma, but I'm not frumpy. And I think it's really helpful to pick out things that you feel comfortable in and that can cover up the parts that you don't like or mask them so you can feel glamorous. That's an important thing. So don't discount taking the time to find an outfit that makes you feel pretty and is good for the temperature that you're going to be in. So I hope I helped you with your dealing with your crepey skin. I hope that you want to follow me. I hope you can't wait to see another video of mine. I hope you can't wait to follow me on all my sites. Oh, if you have any questions, DM me at Dr. Julie Marshall on Instagram. And thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know you can watch a lot of other things. And thanks for spending the time to watch this to the end. Who knew? Thanks a lot. Bye.